What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. As you guys know, I do a lot of my content searching on Facebook. And one of the groups that, I've had a lot of success is Kevin Samuels Fans Recovery Group. Now, we know that Kevin Samuels has passed, but he does have some groups in his honor. And even when he was alive, he knew about these groups. He's never owned these groups, but they are operated in his memory. And people come in and talk like all day and night. It's like 24 hours a day. And there was a post that was shared in the group that I kind of want to talk about. The guy says, he shared an actual post. Y'all dudes who going overseas for women, they're going to eventually find out that you lame too. No matter where you are, there you are. I think he meant it to say no matter where you go, there you are. But I think we get the point. Now, let me just talk about this. What I've noticed is that in the dating coach, or like, let's say in the travel community, right? Obviously, when black men are going to like Brazil, black men are going to, places like Dominican Republic, these things, right? But now, I've noticed that it's not just black women that are really hating on a lot of these guys. At first, it was never guys hating on the travel guys going anywhere. I never saw that. But in the last 2 years, I have really started to see a lot of black men coming for other black men going overseas. The first group of people I've seen to do it actually were the black dating coach guys. And it makes sense because they have money on the line, courses on the line. And if you get these guys going overseas dating girls, then a lot of these dating coach guys, I feel a little threatened by that. But I'm starting to see this happening with just everyday black men saying like, hey, if you got to go someplace else to date and you can't date here, you're a sucker. Now, let me just talk about this because, Kevin Samuels had a podcast with T.I. All right. And on the podcast with T.I., something that was very profound happened. Kevin Samuels said, they're talking about how he got started. And Kevin said, well, you know what? When I was basically as a fashion consultant and I were dealing with black men, a lot of the black men were telling me that they were having trouble dating. I don't think you guys hear what I'm saying. A lot of black men were telling him they were having trouble dating. Now, think about this. A lot of the guys who are doing the traveling, and it's not all, but let's just kind of assume that most of these guys are working class or middle class brothers, getting economy tickets and things like that. These are not guys who are making like $250,000 a year or $500,000 a year. Or is it? Because now we got to look at the Al Grease first frustrated, and we saw a lot of professional black men that were doing it, right? And I think what happens is we kind of put the travel guys in the box as if they're all like struggling or if they're all broke or something like that. But if you really think about it in black America, a lot of these guys who are having problems dating are guys who are firemen, police officers. Some of these guys are medical doctors. Some of these guys are engineers. And this is the group that Kevin Samuels was talking about. Okay? Now, let me kind of preface what I'm going to say and move it to the next level. A lot of these men, okay, were in careers, had met women and things like that. But what they were finding were that these women were not ready culturally to be with them. So really what we saw is a lot of black men who had achieved some level of affluence in their career and it got to a level where the black women they were coming across were not ready culturally to be wives, meaning that it was going to take a lot of retraining. Because, like I said, a lot of black women are so used to dealing with black men who are unsuccessful and, dealing with black men who don't have anything and who have no standards. If a woman starts dealing with a man with standards, she don't automatically fall in line or anything like that. This takes reprogramming, right? It takes a lot of understanding her point of view, his point of view, how to add value to his life. So that's something that a lot of black women just kind of inherently don't understand because they've never had to deal with it. Now, if you're a black man and you're looking for something like that, well, where do you go then? Where do you go? The first thing you do is you go to women from, American women from other communities, most notably white women. All right? Most notably white women. But now here's what the travel community doesn't want to give, y'all don't want to give them credit for. A lot of the black men who are in the travel community, I would say like 60 or 70% of them are interested in some form of African descent woman. Now, if we want to talk about colorism, okay, fine. We could talk about that, right? But now at the same time, we do know that some brothers are going to Colombia, Dominican Republic, and things like that, right? We do know that. So let's look at it from what it is, right? A lot of these black men are looking for black women. I just got calls, dudes, want to go to Ghana, Uganda, whatever. So let me kind of get back to the point. If black men who were the highest performing black men were having problems finding dating in Black America hard, what does that say about what the options are? Okay. And I'm not talking about the hookup culture, because that might be different. What you're seeing from some of these guys is they're looking for more, in my honest opinion, at least half of them or more might be looking for long-term responsibilities. Now, we talk about lame. They're going to find out that you're lame too. What do we mean when we say lame in Black America? Now, obviously, there are some guys that are overseas that are bums. I get it. You have some dudes who are going to be unsuccessful in America and they're blaming women for their issues. I get it, right? We understand that those things definitely happen. You will get no argument from me. Sure. Yes. There is evidence of there being, lame and all that kind of stuff and this kind of shit going on. I won't doubt that. Here's what I want to talk about though. When we say lame, is lame in Black America different from being lame other places? Because I can tell you, you will have situation, okay, where you will have women who will not touch a man in the black community because of what he looks like or for whatever other reason. And then you could take that same person and drop them off somewhere else in another community in America or overseas. And that person is now able to do something. He's able to have able to have ladies and things like that. And what you see here is, like, let's look at some of the comments with this, right? They go overseas because they can't handle the pressure here. And the guy goes, exactly, who the F wants pressure in their life? What makes sense to you rather than peace? Basically what you're hearing is, it almost sounds like they have the same talking points as black women. Like, oh, you can't handle a strong black woman. And most guys are like, why do you want me to handle a strong, like what are these ladies giving us that we need to do that? And that's the situation that you're hearing from. But I don't know, guys, what do you think? Why is there so much hate coming from black men within the travel community? You know what I mean? Like, hate against the guys who can travel. Do you think that these people are like jealous of them or something like that? I really don't know, guys, but let me know what you think. All right. Peace out.